another one.
All right, let's see. So Mitch says, kind of on the same topic, what are your thoughts on companies asking you to do an assignment during the interview process, take home assignment? And then he says, I see so many people say if they don't pay, they're not doing it, and vice versa. Um, Start the clock, but I'm all with it. All right. Like if you don't if you say you don't want to do it, then you don't do it. And then we just won't interview you. Right? Like, I'll tell you this. So about the first question, right? What are my thoughts about it? I think that is the best way to find out if someone actually knows what they're talking about, right? And here's how it normally goes, right? Here's how it normally goes. Like at least for in some companies in the QA field, right? Because I'll tell you like how I do it at our company, right? So you'll talk to the recruiter, then you talk to the hiring manager, and then they'll give you a take home project, right? They give you a few days to get it taken to do it, and then you submit it. And now here comes me and some other people. We do a preliminary review on what you did, and if we say like based on the level that you're applying for, of the position you're applying for, if it's good, then we'll say all right, thumbs up on it. We'll talk to the person. We'll talk to the person, right? So now I come in and I do the actual technical interview where I'm asking you questions about the project, some critical thinking stuff, and I'm also like looking at your resume, seeing like one to make sure that you actually did the project, right? In which I can sniff that out like that. Like I'm not even worried about that, right? But then like get into some critical thinking skills, like some scenarios, things like that, right? So I personally think that it is a great, it's a great thing to have those take home projects because and usually those projects aren't really that serious depending on like I can only speak on it from like a QA perspective, right? But I don't know like what maybe some other tech industry like tech fields might have on a take home project, but from a QA perspective, like it's not like they're going to ask you to design a whole system and stuff like that. But here's the thing, and here like you see, and here's why I don't have a problem with it, right? Is because, like I've said before, hiring is very, very expensive for a company. A lot of people say, "Oh, like I hate when I see this too, right? Like, oh, the interview process is so long. It took this long, and like they only give you this much time to after they make an offer, blah 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 blah, right? And all this nonsense. And the thing is, my time is expensive. So if I have to spend the time to interview you and all this type of stuff, and then and or they rush it or something like that, and then you don't like you quit after a little bit, I'm like that just annoys me because I spent a lot of time and effort to actually look at your resume, to look at your project that you submitted, right? Because like I said, we don't look at GitHubs like because we don't have the time to do it, right? I could have been working on other stuff. I could have been like working towards my sprint goals and everything like that. But I take the time out of the busy schedule to interview you, to review your project, to ask you about how the project was, to know more about you, to get a better understanding. So if you don't want to do it, then by all means, like thanks, I appreciate it. I'll be like this.
I appreciate you.
But like to be honest with you, I think that the technical projects are a great way to show your work, right? Because if you put I did this project, all right, cool. Like, how do I know that you did it? And like, I don't want to like, I want you to do something that I gave you to do, so I can see how you did it compared to, and I can compare that to how other people have done it. And if a bunch of other people have done it, and you think you're too good to do it, then by all means, what can I say? You know what I mean? So, honestly, that's how I feel about it, right? So let's see, and then it says, so yes, if they don't pay, they are like, and what? I mean, you're the one looking for a job, and that's why, Mitch. That is why, whenever I'm scrolling through Reddit or LinkedIn, and all these people are complaining and stuff like that, and I don't feel anything. I'm like, okay, cool. So many people have said, hey, go ahead and do this. Hey, go ahead and do that. And they didn't do anything. But I still see them posting about, oh, I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. I'm thinking about quitting and everything like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Cool. Like, what can I say to them, right? You want to. It's weird. It's like and I said it before. Like there was a post on LinkedIn. I said, yeah, it sounds like entitled. And the person, like, oh, it's not entitled. It's not entitled. That mindset is not entitled. I'm like, to me, it sounds entitled because you want something from someone else. Like it's like this, right? Down here in South Florida, I have maybe I shouldn't say this because then I have like a bunch of people lining up at my door, but I have the best mango tree in South Florida, right? Yes, I said it. I have the best mango tree in South Florida. Now, it's like you show up and you say, oh, I know I want some of your mangoes, right? However, you have to give it to me under these conditions. What? I'm like, wait a second. I have to give you my mangoes under the conditions that you asked for? How about no? As Dr. Evil would say, how about no? How about you don't get any mangoes? How about you go about your way and you go get those nasty mangoes at Aldi or Publix? Uh-oh. See, I knew it.
Good guy.
Anyways, so that's that, right? And Mitch said, I knew you would say that. Hey, you know me pretty well, Mitch. You know me pretty well. All right, let's wrap that one up. Thank you so much for that question, Mitch.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.